it out. A little bit details from it say that Nigeria Labour Congress President, that's Joe Aribo, is actually, they are complaining about the incessant fuel increase from time to time and all that. So you can still go and read through and then know what Daily Trust is saying today. Then I'm moving forward. I have how devaluation and 100 naira to cost of importing a liter of fuel. Okay, how devaluation add 100 naira to cost of importing a liter of fuel. I take it again. How devaluation add 100 naira to cost of importing a liter of fuel. Alright, you can see, go and check this one out. It's on the Daily Trust newspaper so that you know what it's saying. Alright, then we're moving forward to Bayelsa, Imo, Kogi governorship polls, INEC task transport unions on logistics. Alright, this one is coming from Daily Trust as well, so you can see, go and check it out. There's an election coming up this year in Imo, Kogi, Bayelsa this year, by the end of the year. So the INEC is talking about it. It's tasking the transport unions on logistics, and yeah, of course INEC have done this over time, and this is not an exception. I think they are having a good response, or maybe some good feedbacks from patronizing some these transport unions from time to time. So I think it's working, and maybe, I don't know, but you can see and check it out on Daily Trust newspaper this morning so that you can read the full story. All right, Gain KB Millers collaborate on rice fortification. This one is still on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Gain KB is an acronym. Gain is an acronym. GAIN. KB Millers collaborate on rice fortification. You can check it out on Daily Trust. Safe Brew kicks off amendment of 2019 accident regulation. I think this one is so important, actually, because there's a lot of road accidents happening in the country, and I think Safety Bureau has kicked off amendment of 2019 accident regulations. Yeah, this is a good way to go. So you can still go and check this particular story out on Daily Trust newspaper, so you read it in full, read through it, and then get to know all the information therein. We have this one coming from still the same Daily Trust. It says why Obulafo declared that PDP will rule for 60 years. It's on Daily Trust. Damagu said, all right, it's on Daily Trust. Check it out. Go to your newsstand and read through it so you can get all the information you need. Ekiti government cautions residents over anthrax, because you know that anthrax is actually a disease that is penetrating gradually, like slowly into Nigeria, and it's here. Cases, pockets of cases here and there, and then you have to be very vigilant. All right, we'll keep bringing you more details of this anthrax disease as time unfolds, but just know that there is a sickness called anthrax disease. All right, so you can get from unhealthy meat and all that. So be very, very watchful what you eat, the kind of meat you eat these days, and know that find out how the kind of hygiene surrounding this meat before buying them. All right, so you can be safe, and your family as well will be safe. Okay, Dangote championing use of tire shells as alternate fuel. Dangote championing use of tire shells as alternate fuel. So you can check this story out on Daily Trust and read through it to find out how Dangote is championing use of tire shells as alternate for fuel. All right, Okowa's men, Uduaga's daughter make Delta commissioners list. Okowa's men, Uduaga's daughter make Delta's commissioners list. Because Okowa was the former governor of Delta State. Uduaga, same former governor of Delta State. The news is there that some of their men are, made the list of commissioners in Delta State. So you can still go and check that news out on Daily Trust. It's there, so you can read through it. We have Ganduje tipped as APC national chair. It's on Daily Trust as well. Of course, you know that recently the former, he's a former, resigned from the position of APC national chairman. All right, which Abubakar Kyari has been acting on an acting capacity, and then there is a story that Ganduje has been tipped as the APC national chair. So you can go and read through it and then get all the information needed. NBC broadcasters to unlock $20 billion Nigeria's economy with Africast. It's still on Daily Trust. NBC, Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation, Broadcasters Commission, Nigeria Broadcasting Commission, broadcasters to unlock 20 billion Nigeria's economy with Africast. Nigerians will celebrate if Tinubu's election is nullified. PDP. This one is on Daily Trust. This one is big though, but it's okay. You can go and read through it on Daily Trust newspaper and then get the full information. Subsidy removal. Niger Assembly wants reduction of working days. Of course, because of the effects of subsidy removal, Niger Assembly wants reduction of working days, maybe for the staff, but you can go and read through it and get all the needed information you need. This one is coming from Niger State. Maybe the number of days that the workers will be coming to office, they feel like it should be reduced so that they can be able to grapple with the effect of this hike of petrol, premium motor spirit. Then we have how we repay communities who fix transformers. This one is coming from NEC. This one is coming from NEC, National Electricity Regulatory Commission. This one is on electricity. You can go and check it out so you can get a full information, read through it, and get all the information that you need this morning. PEPC, that's a Presidential Election Petition Court. Article, Obi have no proof presidential election was rigged. This one is coming from APC and is on Daily Trust newspaper this morning. And then we'll move straight to sports. And we have Toby Amuso disputes doping charge, vows to clear her name. Yeah, this one is on the sports segment on Daily Trust this morning, and he's talking about Toby Amuso. Of course, you know her issue with doping, some of these issues surrounding doping, about our own Toby Amuso. And then you can check it out and read through it and then get to know. She vows to clear her name. Is there right there on Daily Trust newspaper. Man City agrees 30 million deal with Al Ali for Mahrez. Yeah, Mahrez is going. Man City has agreed 30 million deal with Al Ali for Mahrez. All right, it's on Daily Trust. Biggest FIFA Women's World Cup in history begins today. Because you know that our Super Falcons are already there, preparing, to give the world a masterpiece, a show-stopping performance. And you can go and read through it on on Daily Trust newspaper this morning so that you get all the information you need. All right, that's how we are going. Don't forget, I'm not alone in the studio right here. I'm with Dr. Olalere Akinreti Kazim this morning. We'll be discussing all these headlining stories so that we'll do justice to it and then dwell on it a little bit so that we can bring out all the information and real details underneath it. All right, let's go on a short break. When we return, we'll get to it. It's still Super Citizen at sunrise this morning with EKENE EZEPUE. All right, let's get to it. We have Dr. Akinreti Kazim Olalere this morning, a PhD mass communication, to discuss some of these headlining stories on Daily Trust this morning. Doctor, good morning to you. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning.
All right, we have to do justice to some of those stories, headlining stories this morning, and we have to begin with monarchs for FG over petrol price increase. We have to look at it from the angle of Nigeria Labour Congress, and the Labour Congress have been sanctioned. I think they were giving court injunction not to embark on nationwide, on nationwide strike.
Yes.
Do you think they will still adhere to this court injunction going forward with this continuous increase in petrol price?
I think we need to understand the issues that are surrounding the petroleum increased price. Everybody is actually clamoring for removal subsidy, but of course, I don't think many people understand that what will be the after effect. That once you have market forces at play, government does not have hand in pricing any longer. I think that's a fact. The second thing is that NLC should also call this is not a time to bemoan on some of those challenges. It's for us to all come up with solutions on how we are going to address the issue. NLC all along was championing the issue of CNG. I think that is an area NLC should focus on in solving this problem. And you also don't forget that there was a time when we have P when NLC, it says, was running a transport scheme. What happened to that transport scheme? So you see, the point is, look inward. You look at it. You look at yourself. How much have you also managed? The kind of opportunity that you have. Well, of course, it's not the only Ajero, but for him, I think he should also sit back and think of what are the alternative solutions. Let NSC come up with those solutions and see how that one can work. Don't forget, the ruling of industrial courts, you can't appeal against it. And that is once industrial court has made his ruling, it becomes a law. You have to. And if there is a rule of law, obviously, there's no way. If we have that respect for rule of law, there's no way NLC will not respect that judgment, and that is taken. And that's more reason why I think it's not about knocks. It's about where are the solutions and how do we drive people towards that solution so to make it much more better for all of us. I want to see NLC deciding that, look, what is the situation of refineries? Let NLC take up the challenge to even visit, what do you call it, the refineries, and give Nigerians the situation reports. Let NLC talk about, okay, what happens? The Dangote coming, to cushion the effect. Let NLC provide solutions for the workers. And what the government it's not about knocking, talking about knocking. What I go to do. When I read some other headlines on what the comment of NLC said, I said,
NLC can they actually provide solution?
Let us come. We are all Nigerians. Let all Nigerians.
Are they in power?
No. Don't get it wrong. It's not about you being in power. It's about you also aggregating your own interests. It's the interest of the workers, right? So on the behalf of the workers, these are the solutions we are providing to the government, and stick to it and see how this is going to work. That's the solution. You all know, you all agree that yes, subsidy is a scam, isn't it? And so how do we get out of it? By removing, yes, it has been removed. But once it was removed, we are now at the mercy of market forces. And where government does not play much part in the area of pricing. But the next thing is, how does this affect the effect that the palliative government is talking about? How does it work to the interest of Nigerians? That should be the focus of labor. And all well-meaning Nigerians, the stakeholders. What can we do? I was just telling you yesterday that I met some young mechanics, quite ingenious, that are trying. They're now working. You can turn, assist you to turn your engines, power your engines with CNG, with gas. So these are the options. So how many of these guys are around? Where are they? What can we do to that? So where are the buses that we can run with CNG? Where are they? Where can we get them? How much does it cost? Let them come up with some of these solutions, so that they can say on their own, okay, for us, it's about how we are going to the interest of workers. They have been asking for increase in pay, isn't it? So where would the increase in pay comes if government does not have resources to pay? So these are the issues I think the labor should be coming up with. It's not about saying grandstanding if you don't do this, we are going to do. No, we have gone beyond that.
Okay, another headline in a story.
Nigeria needs solutions.
That I really want us to take a look at is the devaluation. How devaluation add 100 naira to cost of importing a liter of fuel. So this is
that's what I'm saying. This is the reality on ground, and there's absolutely nothing you can do. For you to have a stronger naira, you must go into production, where is almost about 70% of the foreign exchange is meant for imports of goods. It's not going to do us well. And so that's why I said consciously to Nigerians also to realize that so many things will have to change.
But do you believe the valuation of naira is a way to go?
No, the valuation of naira, if what we have now, because you used to have what we call arbitrage, when you are protecting the naira, you have two exchange rates. And that also has its own consequences because of a lot of abuse. Now that there's no what you have is the single exchange rate. You've merged the exchange rate. So what will determine that is that when you have good production, your production will back up the amount of foreign exchange that you have, and then you can now know how you are going to share it equally. And then we also need to look at the import lists. What are the things that are essentials that we need to import? What are the things that are non-essential? What are the things that are actually taking much of our foreign exchange earnings? Because the backup for foreign exchange earnings are coming from oil, from reserve, from the revenue you are getting from oil, and you are not even the production in the production of oil. You are not even meeting your quota. That's still a challenge. That's the issue of oil theft. So the point is, we ought to like to aggregate every problem into a particular government. I don't share that views. Every one of us has a stake, and people must understand that this government is just taking off, and it has to put so many things in place to ameliorate, the crisis that is on ground. So the moment we understand this, that let us also move together and see how well we can serve this situation. I think that would be better for us. There's nothing you can do. Well, the other positive aspect of the exchange is the fact that now naira has not been accepted as a denomination, as a currency for trade. Even Europe now. Before now, because of the dual exchange rate, you have to have a challenge. You can't naira is also acceptable as a convertible currencies. Now it has been Even Britain has accepted it. So which means if you travel to the UK, for example, you can use your naira. You can use your naira card. For any transaction you want to make. So that's the positive step. So the moment there is even aside from even the foreign exchange, once you have increase in the price of oil in the international market, it will affect the price. But if you are producing locally, there's a way you can show up. We are not producing locally, we are importing. So that's why I said every conscious effort must be towards when is the refineries coming on stream. These are the questions we need to be asking. What are we going to do? Then what is the problem with modular refineries?
That's the question.
That's the question. So it is at this point where we are
begging for answers.
Let us talk about solutions. We must not bemoan our problems too long.
Because the problem is staring us in the face.
No, that's the reality. So how do we come out of it? Whichever political party have won this election, we still face this crisis. That's the reality. So it's always better for us to see how well do we get out of this.
Let me just go a little bit out of context, just a little bit. People were of the opinion that the 29th of May declaration of Mr. President, when he said subsidy gone, that it wasn't part of his speech. He just made it out of that's in the realms of speculation. If the president, if you have made a pronouncement, so be it. How do we work out of this is the issue. You see, that's what I said. Let us stop this going back and forth. Let us face. We have seen the realities now staring us in the face. Let us all come together for solutions to this problem. At the end of the day, it's about what do you call it? It's about having a good society. Prosperity for all. How do we achieve that? How do we address the issue of insecurity so that people can go to farm? The man has declared, it has faced on frontally the issue of food security, and it's also reassuring on the issue of security generally. So, as I said yesterday, slow and steady wins the race. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. That's the word of Dr. Lalere Kazim Akinreti, PhD Mass Communication. So we have to go forward right now, and we have Bayelsa, Imo, Kogi governorship polls, INEC task transport unions on logistics. Do you feel is a good way to go, Doctor?
Well, for now, you see, INEC.
We had something like this in 2023 presidential election.
Yes.
And then it's coming back.
No, it's coming. What this is a recurrent issue.
Was there any positive result that we got from the former one they did?
Obviously.
Okay.
You see, there are certain things that people must understand. To provide logistics for INEC, this transport unions has always been at beck and call of INEC to do that. But the reality is, INEC can also change its own strategy by using the private sector. There are other options that can be open to them. Because there are so many logistics companies that we have in this country that are doing well, that can also assist you. We also have the Nigerian Air Force that can also assist you to airlift some of these materials. But the point is, in getting to the nooks and crannies of the country, of those states where you're going to have this, you still need the support of these transport unions. Because they understand the business, they understand the terrain. All you need to have is a good understanding on how all this is to work. And I think all of us should also understand that, look, working together to achieve success for the progress of Nigeria is a business of all of us. So at every sector where you are, make your own contributions to the sustainable development of the country. That is extremely instructive. So everybody has got a stake in ensuring that the nation progresses. So it is,
and that's the paramount.
And that is paramount. So if the INEC is calling on the transport union that, hey, you guys, because what INEC did was to do a review take stock of what happened in previous election and say that, okay, in the off-season election that is coming, how well can we also, have a safe landing? And that is good. So when you curry the favors of those stakeholders, they must also understand that they are also making contributions towards the success of the election. That is why it's important. But I also think that INEC can also explore other avenues of using logistics companies.
Okay, we have another story making the headline this morning, and don't forget that we're getting our stories from a Daily Trust newspaper this morning. That's where we're reading from, so you can as well go and pick a copy and read through it and get all the information you need. And this is still Super Citizen at Sunrise. All right, we are on a newspaper review this morning. We have to go straight to this particular headlining story here, and it says Ganduje tipped as APC national chair. Do you see it as a good step in the right direction?
That is practically the affairs of the APC.
Okay.
I told you they will sort themselves out, whichever way. And I said yesterday that when you have a Democrat in charge, you can see that all those tendencies towards getting it right will be there.
Yeah, it's all about power balance.
No, yes, power balance. Is obviously the North was holding the chairmanship before, and if it's still going back to any part of the North, I mean, if that is where APC wants it and their members, good luck to them. So, but the reality is, what are you bringing onto the table?
That's the question.
So so they need to ask themselves, what value is a particular chairman? So probably a candidate, let's say executive candidate now, because they are still going to go to convention, they are still going to have election, and it does not necessarily say that it's only Ganduje that will be in the mix. Other people might also be interested and also come and say, okay, yes, I want to become chairman. So as I said, this is a strictly business of the internal politics of APC. They will sort themselves out. Okay,
they will sort themselves out, and that's the word of Dr. Olalere Akinreti Kazim. We have to go to this one because this is the reality of every Nigerian at the moment, and Niger State Assembly wants a reduction of working days. This is the reality of every Nigerian.
Absolutely.
And people are still dwelling on the past salaries, even when the prices of fuel and transportation is going up. So do you think that what the Niger State Assembly is clamoring for is a good way to go?
No, you see, with technology,
because that's the Nigerian reality.
No, that is it. With technology, much can be achieved. You can work remotely from your home if you have the facilities. It's acceptable norm now.
It's not every work that you can do from home. Some of them need you to be in the field.
That is the essence of the schedule.
Okay.
So if you are going to, but I don't subscribe to one day per week.
What about the increase?
No, 3 days. No, that is why I said, you see, that is the purview of NLC to argue for pay increase. It subsists. And I think that's why you see, even the National Assembly is also moving the idea that this is the right time to increase the pay. But the point is, if you are going to increase the pay,
if you can't increase the pay, reduce the working days.
No, even if you increase the pay, you can also reduce the work days and see how people can work. It's all those and it's unessential services that you can also say, oh, you need to be in the office and so. And we can also provide alternatives. In the office, you can have what we call a transit camp for workers that their work is so essential. So there's no point for them going home. I have a transit camp for them. When they close for the day, they're very close to your office. Make the arrangement with them. If you think the service of that person is extremely important, right? The media does it. The media, most of the radio and television, I do have what we call a transit camp, where people can go for a while, and then so that they can resume so early in the following day in the office. So you can also work on that. But I also subscribe to the idea of okay, in the whole week, let's have it about 3 days. Don't forget, productivity is also very, very important. It's key to economic growth. And I like the idea of Bayelsa state government, buying mass transit buses for its workers. That is the step. For now, let everybody put his thinking cap on. on how to solve this problem. So it's not it's too much focus on the central government. It doesn't do us well. Let each chair of government do his own bit and see how he can alleviate the suffering. I also appreciate the fact that Edo State government said it's going to go into establish a modular refinery. That's the way to go. So let's everybody start thinking outside the box on how we can resolve, we can address this problem.
Okay.
So once we are able to do, once everybody has a focus on solving the problem at hand, I think it's a good way to go.
It's a good way to go, and that's the voice of Dr. Lalere Kazim Akinreti. We'll go straight to this particular story here, and it says on Daily Trust, it says why Obulaf declared that PDP will rule for 60 years. This one is coming from Omar Damagu, the acting national chairman of PDP. So you still have to go and read through it and then find out the details. But we have to discuss this a little bit. Is it like the PDP feels like maybe there is a hope somewhere or something?
Well, let's wait for the outcome of the presidential election tribunal. They will now know what next. No, there's nothing absolutely wrong in the political party, dreaming big. That is exactly what we're going to do. Labour can also have that kind of, conversation, dream that if we come to power, this is how much we are going to. That is fine, But the practicality of achieving that rests on you, and it's only Nigerians that will decide if they are going to vote for one political party or the other. If one political party will stay for some time, if they will not stay for some, it rests solely on Nigerians voters to decide. With your political party, you can do your permutations how you're going to vote, but the final decision rests with the voters, and the voters are Nigerians. If they want your political party to be in power for so long, so be it. If they want another political party to come to power, so be it.
All right, we'll go straight to this particular one right now. Is coming from Delta State. It says Okowa's men, Uduaga's daughter, and make Delta commissioners list. This one is on Daily Trust this morning, and we want to do justice to this particular.
No, the point is always what we call political interests. In the aim of a politician,
and it causes problem from time to time.
That is if I'm a politician, you must be able to aggregate your interests. And when you see these are just the struggle for power. The same thing you have in Osun State, where a family member is also a commissioner, right? And where members of the opposition is also a commissioner. And where even the government himself said, I'm not going to be the commissioner for works. Those ones are power play. And democracy allows that. So, but the point is, will they deliver?
Yeah, that's another story.
That's it. So if they can deliver, they have the capacity to deliver for the states.
Yeah,
let them go on.
Over the years, we've seen governors imposing candidates on the anointed governors, that assumed office, or maybe their predecessors. You understand? Yes. People that succeeded them in the office. So, and most of the time, this causes a lot of problem between the former and the present. You understand? So
it's about political interest.
Okay.
So and then you do.
But they keep doing it.
They keep doing it. But the point, I think, if you have a well structured political arrangements, this is where party politics come. Where the party will have to take hold after the election and say, okay, who are those that will benefit? Don't forget, the aim of a politician at the end of the day is how well is it going to benefit from the struggle during elections and all that.
Isn't that going to be how am I going to work for the people?
No, that should be. But as far as politicians are concerned in Nigeria, it's about self-interest. Self-interest first before the communal interest. Communal interest comes second. But what we are saying in this respect is that, look, if you think you have the capacity to work for your state to make it better, please go ahead. So if a daughter of someone believes that he has, but what it is that Nigerians generally, we do not lack capacities. In every sector we have Nigerians that are extremely good, that can do the job.
But the system,
the system will always protect itself. Politicians will protect their own interests, and part of protecting their own interests is to bring somebody they think that is pliant.
Okay, let's get to it. Atiku Obi have no proof presidential election was rigged. Atiku Obi have no proof presidential election was rigged. I think this is going to be the last before we open up our phone line so that you can be part of the conversation this morning. So let's just do justice to this last story here. Do you think they don't? Atiku and Obi does not have anything to prove in court?
I would. Well, it comes to the evidences they are presented before the courts. But you see, the issue in court is sub judice. We shouldn't make too much comment on that, because in your final addresses,
this is the statement from APC.
No, that's what I said. We did that yesterday too. We read something that has to do with Ochorome, writing an opinion about that if Tinubu was not, there won't be anarchy, isn't it? It's something that has to do with those ones are opinions. And in democracy, make your own voice, right? Let your own voice be heard. But where your own right stops, the right of others, begins. You must understand that. So, it is the interest of political party. There will be at this point in time, so many things will be flying around. The presidential, tribunal is sole body that can determine who wins the election. Since we said what INEC is, we presume that what INEC has given to us, the political parties are claiming that no, that is not the right thing. Okay. That we want the election to prove it.
Prove it.
That's it.
Right. Okay, in the course of okay. Please call us on our number 081 822 22205. I call it again 081 822 22205, so you can be part of the conversation, make your contribution, so we can as well respond to that. You can call us on another line 09032 9797. I call it again 09032 9797. All right, let's take our first caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Citizen FM.
Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Maskman calling from Apo.
Maxman from Apo?
Yeah.
How is Apo this morning?
We thank God that we're all right.
Good morning to you.
Talking about people saying Obi and Atiku has no proof at the court. Like our guest rightly said, that is people's opinion. But to my own self, I think the matter is already before the court.
Of course.
Let us leave it before our judges to interpret our constitution for us. By the time they come out with their judgment, before we know who is right or who is not right, that is just my view. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Maxman. Thank you. All right, leave it just like you said, Doctor. You said leave it to court to do justice to that. Now, we have another story here, and it says, this one actually caught my attention. It says, EKENE, KB Millers collaborate on rice fortification, and then there's a new strategy how to avoid flooding during rainy season, and it's called semi-dry season kind of farming. So this one is actually something that the farmers really need to take a look at. Hello, who is on the line?
Hello, this is Peter.
Hello, please can you speak up a little bit?
Mr. Ashuku, citizen.
Oh, Mr. Ashuku, how are you doing this morning?
Fine. The man spoken there somewhere. I want to talk about this.
Okay, please go ahead.
President, we are facing Nigeria has come out a very terrible.
Can barely hear you.
I think Nigeria has come out in very terrible situation from life. Let it change the way the then you continue the way Buhari. Buhari is a soldier. He's a democrat. If you don't question yourself, Buhari is not a matter. He has started well. So we are wishing him well. Let him continue good work. The way he wants to put this grain or fertilizer is not what they want. To inform religion leaders, Democrats, people that know how to put it, not people that wear Bada carry Methodist belt, the bunch and say they are family. They are not the family. So we need how the thing will reach the common man that has suffered. This is our nation. We have suffered a lot. We have suffered a lot.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ashuku. Thank you so very much for the contribution. All right, we take this caller again. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother. How are you? And where? What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm fine. My name is Alami. I'm calling from Gwarimpa. Please, you help me with your name for the last time.
My name is EKENE EZEPUE.
Okay, Mr. EZEPUE. How is EZEMO, the radio impetus? We missed him, please.
Thank you very much. It's all right.
Yes, we are hoping to. For him to resume if he's on break, on leave. I greet our guest. Good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning.
Quickly, on the APC mega team, defense team response to the saying Labour Party and PP they have no no proof. I think it's true. For those who are following the proceedings, I'm not talking of those fake news and propaganda going on social media where people create a scenario in their head and celebrate it. I'm talking of the actual situation on ground in the courtroom. I think everybody, all of us agree that look, these guys are just dancing to the gallery, They are just leading their supporters on giving them false hope because the Labour Party in particular, they have not even been able. You said you won the election. Come and show how you won. You are talking about 25% in the FCT. You are talking about age falsification. You are talking of school certificate. Those are just the judiciary would continue, but I'm confident that Tinubu won. Over 8 million Nigerians voted on him. And on the subsidies, sir, please, I want to appeal to Nigerian mainstream media. Do not just focus on 8,000 palliative and 800 million, 500 billion. This month, the state government are going to be sharing 1.9 trillion. That is 3 times of the amount they've been sharing under Buhari. This is part of the palliative, and this money increased to this level because of the removal of the subsidy. Now, the state government are going to be sharing it. Nobody is talking about it. I'm not a journalist. I knew about this because I'm a concerned citizen of Nigeria and I'm informed. Nobody, now we are blaming federal government. We should hold the state government accountable. 1.9 trillion is going to be shared by the 36 states governors. And nobody is talking about it. No media house is talking about it. We are focusing on Tinubu and APC at the federal level. We should do better, please. Nigerian mainstream media, please stop pushing an agenda. There are 3 arms of government, the federal, the local, and the state. We've abandoned the state. We are not holding the state accountable. We're only focusing on federal government. Abuja does not start and end. Nigeria does not start and end in Abuja. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alamin. Thank you. All right, that's the contribution of Mr. Alamin. All right, let's pick another caller and we lost him. Please, you can call back and let's hear you. He talked about the 1 point something.
Once I said it yesterday. Once you have true federalism, every tier of government must work and deliver on the promises to the people. And I said because you are having.
Hello. Sorry,
good
doctor.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Well done.
Yes.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Michael. I'm calling from Nasara.
Michael, please go ahead,
Yes.
Mr. Michael.
Yes. The issue of I think the federal government are not helping matter. A country that we does not have our own refinery,
But over the years, you hear them destroy thousands of, they call it illegal refinery. It means that those guys can even refine. So why don't you galvanize them? License them. Let them begin to, refine the oil in locality, in local way, for our own consumption. So if that is the possible, why are they always going about it? We are even saying a state you need to do, but you forget those ones that even coming from those places. It's from the state. And the local one that the people are doing, they go about, the only thing you hear in the news that, the Navy or the military have destroyed thousands of illegal refineries. And yet, we do not even have one single refiner who can be proud of and say, okay, this is a refinery working for. So for me, before the state even start, let the federal government start. Because it is them that now remove that subsidy that everybody that is biting hard for all of us. I think there is a lot of things that because one thing I've asked myself this question, and somebody said it the other day, that during the war, during the civil war, the people refine the oil within themselves. They doesn't go and import the oil, or they doesn't go take a crude and begin to refine and bring it back here. Can't we begin to do it within ourselves here? Thank you so much.
All right, that's the question too. Begging for answers.
Absolutely.
All right, let's pick this caller again. Hello.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Good morning, my brother. How are you this morning?
I'm definitely
Well done. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from, and where you're calling us
Kennedy.
from. Okay, Mr. Kennedy, how are you? Well done.
I'm fine. And
All
I
right.
wish my office was where I wouldn't have bothered bicycle to go to work.
Okay. You didn't tell us where you're calling us from. I can't hear you.
I say I'm calling from Carol. Can you hear me now?
Okay, Carol. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
I started by saying I wish this is close to my house. I'll be using bicycle. I wouldn't complain. And but it's good. So I
What is humming? Can you bring down the volume of your radio set? We can't hear you. We can barely hear you. All right. Hello.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah. Hey, it's loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Okay, very good. I said I wouldn't have, been glamoring about or crying about this issue of subsidy if my office was close to my house. I could just trek by or use bicycle. But in as much as far, so I have to complain because I'm not seeing the palliative, and I'm walking. So let me just leave that at that. But talking about Niger Assembly wants reduction in the number of days, sir. The last time I checked, Niger State has not, lead in Wasi, Jam, and the rest. Because I know the reduction of the days of work will also affect students going to school. Now, at this process, you are reducing the productivity of workers. So I want to ask, is it also part of palliative to reduce the number of working days, which at the end of the day, it will not yield a better result to Nigerians and Niger State? So to me, I think the Nigeria government should do better, because as it is now, we are all crying and it's biting everybody. And some persons are smiling and crying secretly. And let me shock you before I drop this call. It looks as if in Nigeria we celebrate the past government more than the present government. Because I remember when Yaradua came, after Yaradua, Goodluck took over, we celebrated Yaradua. We say Goodluck was a scam. When Goodluck left, we celebrated him over Buhari. And now as we speak, some persons are saying, give us back Buhari. Thank you. Let me stop at.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy.
God
Thank
bless
you.
Nigeria.
All right then. You see, Nigerians have different opinions, towards this situation.
Different strokes for different folks.
Different folks.
everybody has, right to his opinion.
It's not really funny, actually, but but we have to find a way to discuss it,
absolutely,
so that everybody will understand.
Yeah.
So, Doctor, can you react to some of this? Especially that 1 point something trillion.
I've said it that there should be more focus on the states and local governments.
A lot is going on in the states.
Now that the subsidies have been removed, they are going to get more revenue from the central government. How well are they disbursing this money? It should interest us. What are they doing with it? And how well is the local government? How well will the local government function effectively? In a federal system, these tiers of governments must do their own bit. It's very, very important. So let's focus on the central government. Let's have more focus on the states and the local government, because these ones are closer to us. So it's important. So what I want this government to do is to sustain the idea of giving us how much. Let them publish how much revenue comes to states, goes to local governments. Let citizens track it and find out how well are the states and local governments using the money for the benefit of the people.
All right, then I think we've come to the end of today's program. I really want to thank Dr. Lalere Kazeem Akinreti for being part of this great show this morning. I want to thank all our listeners. I want to thank Marksman from Apo, Mr. Ashuku. I want to thank you so well. I want to thank Alamin from Gwarimpa, Mr. Michael. You called us from Nasarawa State. Kennedy called us from Cairo. Thank you all for being part of this great morning show this morning on Super Citizen at Sunrise, on our newspaper review segment this morning. I want to thank you so much. My name is EKENE EZEPUE. Doctor, thank you so very much for coming.
It's a pleasure.
All right, see you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a very wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of our program this morning.